How's it going? I have a baby rattlesnake with me, or it's a baby from last year. It looks like it was born in July or so. And I'm taking it out to the desert to let it go right now. Just found it in a backyard here in Scottsdale, where it had unfortunately bitten a dog. And looks like the dog's gonna be okay, but I do have the snake in the meantime that needs to be released. So I'm gonna flip this around so I can walk you through what that process is. Maybe. Oh, there it is. I'm new to YouTube Live, so. Okay, so here I am in habitat, but what I don't want to do, and this is unfortunately done far too often with volunteer relocators and the fire department and things like that, is they'll just release it under a bush, just a random bush, something like that, and that means that snake is not going to be super comfortable. It's going to need to go out into the world and try and find a better situation, and in the process can be eaten by birds or die from exposure, things like that. So what I need to do is find the correct microhabitat for it. In the spring, that's pretty easy because it could be a lot of different things. They're not tied by freezing temperatures or lethally hot temperatures either. So they're moving around far and wide, but still I want to be selective. I want to kind of give it a node that it can safely enter the world again on its own terms and come back if it chooses to. And what I'm going to do is pick this big rock pile here. This looks like a good spot that a rattlesnake of this size could use long term if it chose to. Actually, that rock over there is even better. Let's go over there instead. This is the most important part of doing a relocation, and also the one that most people get wrong. Or it's not that people don't want to do right by the snakes. I think that a lot just don't do a lot of work with in the wild and just aren't aware of these types of situations, what those requirements might be, where an actual rattlesnake might live specifically, and how that changes throughout the year. Those are very important things to know before taking on something like relocating an animal. Okay, this rock pile is bigger and has this nice horizontal series of crevices in it. This actually looks a lot like the type of spot that I would look for a rattlesnake, maybe February or so. In fact, while I'm here, I'm gonna take a peek. It's kind of irresistible. Yeah, I'm gonna remember this spot. I think I'll come check it out next year. But in the meantime, this little snake, this is gonna be its new house. And hopefully we'll do so long term. Let's see. All right, there's our little guy. The dog biter. It's actually a really pretty little Western Diamondback. Very pretty. Lots of attitude on him. All right, you gonna ride a hook? Are you gonna not be cool? Or are you gonna be cool? You're not gonna be cool. Okay, we'll just let you crawl out. That's fine. He knows what to do, he says. I know what to do. We'll need your help. Nice little kind of tan color to him too. Oh, that's my shoe. Stay away from there. All right. So it's good. He can hide out under that rock, and that's a really safe place that it can kind of reach out into the world from there, and slowly, at its own pace, figure out it's this home range. Fortunately, when it's young like that, when it's a little tiny baby, their home ranges are not solidified. That is literally the reason why this snake was likely found, is that it was wandering, as they're supposed to be doing right now. Thankfully, it survived the winter, which a lot of them don't. I'm looking for successes, looking for places where it successfully hid from a predator or had success hunting, that kind of thing. I'm just looking. Oh, what's that? Oh, that's a rib cage and lower legs of a, looks like a rabbit. So that also means that that snake is not necessarily tied to the place that it was found in. So we have a little bit more leeway. Still can't just take it to another mountain or something and let it go. But as long as we're working within the same genetic community and watershed, basically, then it's going to have the same exposure to parasites and diseases that it would naturally have. And it's not going to mess up the gene flow or anything. I know I'm going the wrong way. It just feels like that kind of morning where I might see a snake out and about. So I'm going to go this way for just a second. If I wasn't working this morning, this is what I would be doing. I'd be out looking for animals. I'm just going to go past these rock piles and then I'll turn around. Now, if I were actually to mount an effort here and check this area, I'm sure I would find several rattlesnakes. It's not that hard to do. And doing so is not just fun for me, it's a pretty important part of our job too. Finding them in the wild and understanding the situations where they're found and what they need and when they need it is pretty important if you're trying to locate them in somebody's yard or tell somebody the types of features that are in their yard that might be attracting these animals. This really fine sand that I'm walking on in the upper alluvium here is something that they like quite a bit. Quite a few grasshoppers out today too. It's interesting. Went for a hike the other day and the ground was just completely covered in these grasshoppers. I'm sure the lizards and birds are pretty happy about that. This structure is a pack rat nest. And if you follow anything we do, you've probably heard us talk about pack rat nests quite a bit. It's like a little apartment complex for snakes. They can go in there and stay hidden, stay cool or warm. They have a maid essentially where the pack rat is going in there and cleaning up and repairing things as needed. And nothing out. All right, well, I'll head back. I'm going to keep the live going until I get almost back to the vehicle, because what I've had happen numerous times in the past is I do something like this and then I stop. It's like, I'm just gonna walk back. And then as soon as I end the live, a rattlesnake shows up in front of me. I'm not saying that's likely, but why not? This weekend, I'm planning on seeing a good number of snakes, hopefully. On our Facebook page, just facebook.com/snake removal, you can see that there is a sign up for a bio blitz in the West Valley, in the White Tanks and Hassayampa Plain region. I think I probably have a few slots left open on the hikes that I'm leading. If you have a vehicle and want to participate too, let me know. I can get that arranged. But we're going to go out and find as many as we can in about 48 hours. And that should be fun. That's an area that is very heavily developed, or soon to be heavily developed. And not many records have been collected in the area for some reason. So it's a good thing to do. All right, we're getting close enough. I'm just going to go ahead and shut this down. So we'll try this again sometime. This live could be good. I think I just need to work on the format a little bit.